たぞ。ちょっと待ってもらっていいか。今一人。
こいつマジか。そう、こいつは子供を晒し、それで注目を浴びようとした。なぜそんなことを。こいつにはただ一つの目標がある。それはWhat you just saw is a former Japanese YouTuber who was arguably the most hated person in Japan at one point. He got banned from YouTube, which is why he's now an ex-YouTuber. But for a while, he kept posting outrageous content on Twitter. I don't want to give him any publicity, so I'll call him a fake name here. Let's go with Dragon. This is Dragon, a YouTuber who got hate in Japan for his extreme and ridiculous behavior online. I also didn't want to show his real face, so I generated this picture with AI. Dragon became infamous for doxing other YouTubers, stalking them, and worst of all, doxing a minor just to gain attention. This video is about what Dragon did, how he ended up stalking a child for clout, and how people outside of Japan don't even know he exists. コラボ、お疲れ様。お前もな、ドラゴン。じゃあな、また会おう。くそ、こんなんじゃ有名になれない。俺は絶対に成功してみせるんだ。Dragon comes from a small town in Japan. He wanted to prove himself to his old friends, so he decided to make it big on the internet. At first, he tried normal YouTube content, but it didn't work out. しかし、どうすればいいんだ。有名人は一体何をやっている。まさか。That's when Dragon figured out the formula. If you want to grow your audience quickly from nothing, the fastest way is to collaborate with bigger YouTubers. Realistically, most people can't do that. So smaller creators often start by talking about big creators like Dream or Mr. Beast. Both of them mentioned PewDiePie early on when they were building their audiences. But Dragon wanted instant success. 気づいたぜ。俺は有名人とコラボをすればいいんだ。そして俺みたいな無名でも相手にしてもらえる方法が一つある。そしてこれは確実に成功する方法だ。やるしかねえ。As a YouTuber, I can confidently say this. If your entire career revolves around getting views and you don't care how you get them, your career is already doomed. But Dragon, who believed his entire self-worth depended on internet fame, still went for it. And so, he decided to stalk YouTubers for clout. He gathered as much information as he could online, then waited for them at train stations or even outside their homes. It's already extreme behavior, but in his mind, it was the best way to go viral. He believed in the mantra, any publicity is good publicity. Eventually, he managed to stalk a major YouTuber and even filmed it. This is exactly what he did. この駅で待てば例のあいつが現れるんだよな。今日の仕事はこの駅だよな。いたぜ、あいつが俺のストーキングターゲット。おいお前、待て。なんだお前、 YouTuber の空だよな。俺とコラボしろ。時間がないから今度な。じゃあ待て、逃がさねえぞ。俺とメントスコーラをしろ。なんなんだこいつ。He followed the YouTuber around, filming and harassing him, then posted the footage on YouTube. He basically stalked several famous YouTubers, filming them near their homes, which means he technically doxed a lot of them. What he posted went viral every time, and somehow he gained viewers from it, so he continued stalking and doxing people for a while. おい、ちょっと待て。これは一体何が起きているんだ。知りたいか。今見せたもの、そのままだ。そのままだと。ああ、ただ有名 YouTuber についていき、コラボレーションを共有する。しかし、そのコラボの内容というのも、これがまた異常なんだ。異常。まさか犯罪行為。それとも、ああ、そうなんだ。そんなことは。奴はメントスコーラを他人に押し付けるんだ。 そんなので喜ぶのって12歳児以外にいるの? Do you guys know what Mentos Cola is? Basically, you drop Mentos into a bottle of cola and it explodes like this. It's entertaining if you're 12 years old or me, but most people older than that won't find it very impressive since everyone already knows about it. Dragon thought, what's the fastest way to get big YouTubers to collaborate with me? His answer was Mentos Cola. And he forced people to do it with him. It's the same energy as a kid saying, "Play Roblox with me or you are lame." まあ、奴の目的はメントスコーラをすることじゃないからな。有名 YouTuber とコラボをするのが目的なんだ。メントスコーラはただの会話のネタだ。それに対して意味はない。それで彼はこれを多くの YouTuber にやったんだ。時には家の前に待ち伏せをして、それを動画として投稿してな。それにより住んでいる地域がバレた YouTuber も多くいたようだ。だが、こんなんで注目を浴びてどうしようって言うんだ。それで注目を浴びればみんなに見てもらえるだろう。それでファンを獲得しようっていう、そういう戦略なんだよ。ファンだとそれで得られるのはファンじゃないアンチだ。アンチに価値などあるか。だがアンチでもファンでも再生数は再生数だろう。This is a trap some YouTubers fall into. Yes, haters can still generate views, but if your channel is only attracting haters, it won't work out in the long run. You can quickly rack up views from haters, but they'll eventually lose interest and disappear. On the other hand, core fans will stick with you no matter what you do and continue supporting you. So, in the long run, relying on haters isn't a sustainable strategy. If you want to succeed over time, you need to think about building a loyal fan base. だが、そんな思考で活動していたら、いずれは逮捕されるぞ。ああ、ここでネタバレをすると、実はこいつ、最終的に逮捕された。やはりな、ストーキング行為を行っていれば、逮捕されるのも当然だと思うだろう。しかしこいつが逮捕されたのは窃盗罪だ。スター・ウォーズの I am your father よりショッキングな展開だな、それ。Yes, Dragon wasn't arrested for stalking, surprisingly. Instead, he got arrested for shoplifting, and that shocked everyone. So, how did that happen? Dragon was constantly looking for ways to cause trouble and gain clout. For him, clout was everything. His reason to live. And then, he came up with a new idea. そうだ。犯罪だと思わせて、犯罪ではない行動をすれば、話題になる。このコーラを手に取り、会計前に飲む。そして、その後に会計をすれば、逮捕はされないだろう。今からこれ、会計前だけど、飲むぞ! He decided to drink a beverage before paying for it, filming the entire thing. After finishing the drink, he handed the empty bottle to the cashier and paid for it, thinking he'd be in the clear. However, this is how he ended up getting arrested for theft. The police were looking for a way to arrest him with concrete evidence. And this was it. Normally, people wouldn't get arrested for something like this if they paid afterward. But in Dragon's case, the police saw their opportunity and took it. This incident went viral on the internet and TV, sparking countless conversations across Japan. Like this. おい、聞いたか? ドラゴンが逮捕されたらしいぞ。マジか。あのドラゴンか。ああ、あいつがとうとう窃盗罪で捕まった。窃盗罪。なるほどな。どうせ高価なポケモンカードでも盗んだんだろう。いや、スーパーで勝手に飲み物飲んだらしい。He became a laughingstock on the internet for a while because of this incident. When you think about the worst streamer or worst content creator in Japan, you might think of people like Johnny Somali or Logan Paul. But I'm guessing that's only because you don't know much about the Japanese YouTube scene. In Japan, Dragon's probably one of the most notorious content creators ever. Some of you might worry that Johnny Somali damaged the reputation of foreigners in Japan. But honestly, even Japanese creators have been responsible for equally ridiculous and harmful behavior. Take me, for example, screaming Rasengan and acting like an anime character in Tokyo, which is super cringe. But here's the thing, as the title says, yes, Dragon doxed a child for clout. How did that even happen? Here's what actually went down.
そろそろ俺の名前をまた世に広めるか。
Dragon was arrested in 2021. By 2023, he was desperate to get attention again. This time, he was plotting something far more vicious.
さて、俺のコンテンツといえば、有名 YouTuber にコラボを申し込んで、それを勝手に投稿することだ。これで逮捕されたことは未だにない。つまりだ。どういうことかわからんが、これは政府だということ。
Somehow, Dragon had never been arrested for stalking.
待て、俺の YouTube チャンネルが消されてる。くそ、逮捕はされなくても YouTube は許さないってか。
But YouTube wasn't having it. His channel got terminated a while ago.
だが、俺にはまだ Twitter がある。そこで動画を投稿できるわけだ。そうとなれば、ターゲットを探すだけ。
Dragon turned to Twitter as his new platform and started searching for his next target. At the time, there was a channel run by 13-year-olds. And honestly, it was actually really entertaining despite being managed by kids. The channel blew up, gaining 1 million followers in just a month. They were featured on TV, in ads, and were basically everywhere. So Dragon decided they would be his next target.
決めたぜ。次は、このチャンネルのリーダーにコラボレーションをお願いするか。とりあえず、Twitter で奴らの個人情報を探るか。
Dragon started asking his followers if they knew anything about the kids behind the channel. Somehow, a few followers shared private information with him.
はっ、見つけたぜ。リーダーが通っている中学校。そこの中学校に行って、待ち伏せしてやる。
And that's when this happened.
おい、子供、お前、最近 YouTube でバズって調子に乗ってんな。ドラゴン！
Even the kid knew who Dragon was. For any YouTuber, Dragon was the worst person to encounter because seeing him meant you'd get doxxed or harassed.
中学生のくせに YouTube で成功してんだろ。じゃあ俺とコラボしろ。怖いです。やめてください。大丈夫だ。俺とコラボしろ。すみません。怖いです。
The kid kept saying, "I'm scared," but Dragon kept recording him and somehow posted the footage on Twitter. This is incredibly shocking, right? You probably wouldn't expect something like this to happen in Japan. But as I've mentioned before, in Japan, a lot of people outside of the internet don't even know who Johnny Somali is. Yes, Johnny Somali is obnoxious, but compared to Dragon, I think he's nothing. I even asked a Japanese VTuber if she knew about Johnny Somali, and she didn't. But she didn't know about Dragon.
待て、このドラゴンってやつ、未成年にストーキング行為をしたんだろう。さすがに、これで逮捕されただろう。これ、どういうことかわからないんだが、俺の知っている限りでは、ストーキング行為で逮捕されたことがないんだ。だがこいつ、未成年にストーキング行為をして、それを動画で公開したんだろう。ああ、だから当たり前のようにニュースになっていたし、ドラゴンも謝罪動画を上げていたんだ。謝罪動画を上げたからって、許されるわけがないだろう。まあでもその謝罪動画も、謝るふりをして、謝るわけねえだろ、バーカって、開き直っていた。なんということだ。最初にも言ったが、奴はアンチでも視聴数になるという思考をしている。これの対処法は完璧に仕方をするしかない。
Yes, the only effective way to deal with these kinds of content creators is to completely ignore them. Some people think leaving hate comments is the way to go, but that's exactly what they want. What they fear the most is indifference. If they can't get clout from it, they'll stop because it's no longer worth their time. So that's the story of Dragon, the most infamous nuisance content creator in Japan. If you think Johnny Somali is the worst content creator ever, keep in mind that Dragon existed too. And as I mentioned earlier, I intentionally didn't show his face or use his real name in this video. He thrives on attention, even negative attention. So the best thing we can do is to avoid giving him any. If you want cringe content or just like a nothing burger, check out Srada Troll's channel instead. It's still one of the cringiest channels out there, and you are free to leave whatever comments you want. I seriously don't really care much. But honestly, even Srada Troll isn't worth your time. If you're looking for quality content, go watch Abroad in Japan. That channel is amazing. Abroad in Japan, Chris Broad, you're amazing. I'm your fan. Bye.